This week could not have started off on a better note for ADA, for crypto in general. We got exactly what we were discussing. 3 bullish reversal candles in terms of ADA. We actually got this bullish cross to take place. We're about to see this very important thing on the weekly we discussed here too, a little bit of a fake out. And it looks like a lot of people did in fact fall for the trap that we were discussing. We need to talk about all this and more in this video. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So yes, ADA did have 3 straight bullish reversal candle days, guys. This is a huge indication that ADA does in fact want to run to the upside, right? We talked about this trap all the way back here on the 30th, and it looks like a lot of people got sucked in. That's why we kept having these wicks down, but we kept having these return to the mean. That's why we had either a dragonfly doji or hammer candle. It's a pretty small body, so whatever you want to call it. On Saturday, we had a dragonfly doji. Sunday, we had a hammer candle again yesterday. We have a little bit of an inverted hammer forming today, which could be a bearish signal if we do close here, but I would expect the things to get a little bit more lively as the day goes on. They tend to get pretty quiet in the early hours of the morning here, late hours of the night overseas. So we'll see what US money decides to do as the day progresses. But this is exactly what we had been talking about. I believe just yesterday we were talking about, this inverted head and shoulders playing out, and lo and behold, we in fact, we got our breakout right here and retest down to the neckline. And this is where typically you could see things go on a little bit of a run up to about mid 70-cent range or mid 75-cent range, like we were discussing. All right. Now this isn't to guarantee your financial advice, but it seems like the trap that was being set here had been executed to perfection. And I saw a lot of comments of people who actually dumped their bags and are now stuck sidelined. And that means there will likely be people that are once again chasing. We've seen this take place many times before. Leverage crept down in terms of ADA, in terms of BTC. So if we do start moving, you could see liquidations easily move us back up to right kind of this block of support here, right? It would be our resistance now, but that's where ADA likely wants to head. Now, we did get our bullish cross here on the daily stochastic RSI. We talked about that after flatlining for a few days, that this would likely start to move the opposite direction. Lo and behold, here we are. And I think one of the most important things we're seeing right now is, remember how we talked about that bearish cross on the weekly stochastic RSI that we were seeing across the crypto market? It looks like this week now is starting off where it's trying to attack this signal line once again, meaning that we may have one of these fake outs like we talked about right before things start to run again across the crypto space. Now, what's really good about this, guys, is this is the exact dip that we've been talking about on that global liquidity chart, the M2 liquidity in terms of BTC. Could this be where BTC goes on a run up to like 128K? Maybe, right? We'll have to watch and wait and see how this plays out. But I would say that this is a very good sign to start the week, because yesterday we actually had an institutional dump day. Retail didn't care. Retail took over and they moved the charts to the upside. Now, what I will say here is we have seen this many times before where, we have kind of a spike of institutional selling and then it slowly traces back. And then we have some of these big buying days. Not saying that's what's going to happen for sure, but usually if the market trends then turn green, you'll see the institutional players start to chase here as well. Just got to watch and wait and see what happens, right? Now, in terms of BTC dominance, you guys will see that is falling down. We do have this looking once again a little toppy here. We keep getting these signs that BTC dominance wants to break down. We keep getting news, unfortunately, that pushes it back up and causes retail capitulation. But retail confidence is still pretty high, despite having a couple days where things kind of went to shit, I guess, if you want to say. It's looking pretty good. I mean, even today, look at this. BTC, one of the few assets in the space that is actually red. That could be a sign of bigger things to come. Now, again, part of this trap, guys, was James Wynn. All right. And I don't want to keep talking about him, but yesterday got very close to liquidation, raised a bunch of money from supporters. I guess I didn't donate to him. I'm not donating to anyone in crypto. But so he actually lowered his liquidation price all the way down to 103,613. And we got very close to him getting liquidated yesterday. It got down to 103,727. So what it did, again, was it sucked in a lot of the bears, a lot of the negative players, the market makers. And then we got our quick wick back up. So this could, in fact, be where the market decides to organically take a leg to the upside. We'll just have to watch and wait and see what happens. A lot of things are working in our favor right now. And if things do, in fact, flip the right way in terms of institutional money, if retail confidence continues on the same note that it did over the last 24 hours, would not be surprised if we make just a little bit of move here. So just something to be aware of. I appreciate you guys as always. Oh, I did want to talk about as well. So Jerome Powell did speak yesterday. No mention of rate cuts, no mention of really anything. Just still playing things very close to the vest. That's typical Jerome Powell. So what we'll likely have to wait for again is one, the jobs report later this week. That will obviously give us some sort of movement in price. Tends to do this time and time again. Last time it actually had a negative impact on the market, but we have an FOMC meeting coming. Gosh, is that the following week? The 14th? Something like that. I'll have to take a look back at that and see when that is. But we have some things that this month could in fact move the market, hopefully to the upside. Unfortunately, May did not finish on as explosive of a note as we'd hoped. We obviously got a little bit of pushback as we got to the end of the month and now into the start of June, but looks like the ship is starting to right itself. So we just got to be patient, watch, wait, and let things play out. So appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.